Hi, I'm Amy here with Allison, and we are talking about building your business with Young Living. And so, what we are going to be doing is talking about how to sign people up. Okay, so you have someone at a class, or you talk to somebody on the phone, or there's lots of different ways that people are going to contact you and say, "I'm ready." So, let's say you have somebody call you on the phone and say, "I want to sign up with Young Living." What do you do?
Okay, what I do personally is I enroll people over the phone all the time. They give me their information and I just put it into the computer while I'm talking to them. It is something that they could do on their own, but sometimes I feel like it's a little overwhelming for people to go to figure out, wade the waters through all that on their own. So I just volunteer to do it for them.
Okay, where do you go to do
Okay,
that?
you go to Young Living's website, and when you do that, you click on the upper right-hand corner. It's going to say Member Sign Up, and when you click on there is your Member Sign Up area, and you are going to strictly just fill in the blanks.
Okay.
You're going to decide if you're a wholesale member or a retail member. That's the first thing that you're going to choose. It's already on wholesale member, so if someone's buying a premium starter kit, you're just going to leave that part alone. And then the next part, I feel like this part is probably one of the trickiest things about Young Living because it's hard to understand. It's hard for me to understand. So we will try to make it easy for you to understand so you don't have to be like us. It's going to say enroller ID and sponsor ID. Now what that number is, they can be the same number or they can be different numbers, but what that number is going to be the host of the party or the teacher of the party, but it's their user ID number. Everyone is given a user ID number when they sign up with a kit. Okay, so sponsor versus enroller. 9 times out of 10, those numbers are going to be the same. When I say those numbers are going to be the same, I also mean that is the same person. So it's not two different people. So you decide, is it the hostess, which I recommend that what is being what it is, and you
for the enroller,
right, for the enroller.
And the sponsor.
Yes, for both. I recommend that unless there is a gray area somewhere. And sometimes there are gray areas when it comes to do that. And I'll give an example. My mother-in-law hosted a class for me, and she was just doing it out of the kindness of her heart when I first started. And she was like, you keep the money. I don't need to make the money. I'm doing this for you. So what I did was I put all of those people under her. So she was their sponsor. Okay, and what I did was I put my number as the enroller, and what that means is I got all the fast money. Okay, and we'll go into percentages and bonuses and all that later. So because my mother-in-law was like, you keep that, I became their enroller and my mother-in-law was their sponsor. Okay. Other reasons you may want to do that, if you are doing all the leg work on somebody, but you're trying to build a leg and you're trying to go deep, you may start stacking people under a leg. Then you want to keep some of that money because you're doing all the work. You're going to make that person, wherever in that leg that you're putting them, they will be the sponsor and you will keep the enroller. Okay. So if you're wanting to keep the money for yourself, you're the enroller. But just keep in mind that is a lifetime commitment. Okay, so just remember that. So 10 years down the road, when that person above you that you put that person under, they're still not getting paid on certain things that person's doing, there may have to be an explanation down the road, which I have had to deal with on my team too. So 9 times out of 10, just
yeah, it is very helpful to keep it the same. And we'll get into percentages and things like that later. Talk about what the enroller gets and what the sponsor gets. Okay, so we've entered those numbers. Then from there, you finish filling out the information. You choose which kit the person wanted to do, which premium starter kit that they wanted to do.
And just for business builders' sake, let's say this. People do have to enter in, and you should know this already, but people have to enter in their social security number or a tax ID number, a business tax ID number.
For a wholesale membership.
To be a wholesale membership. And some people, not a lot, but some people will buck that and question that and be very frustrated. And there is really nothing you can do about it. They have to give you one of those two numbers to be a wholesale member. Now, they can buy retail all day long without giving that to you. Now, the only reason you have to get that number is when you become a distributor, a wholesale member, you are capable of making a pay paycheck.
Mhm.
If you make more than $600 in a calendar year, they will send you a form at the beginning of the following year for tax purposes. That is the only reason. Okay, and some people get hung up on that, and some people are totally fine with it.
And so what you have to do, and what we've had to do before, is just stop the process, go back to the beginning, change them to retail customer if they're willing to pay the difference in price, and just let them be a retail customer. It's kind of a bummer, but that's their own personal choice, and everybody should be able to feel comfortable doing what they're doing. Okay,
Right.
so once you do that, then you go down, you pick a kit, and then you'll see that you can sign up for the Essential Rewards program, or you can select no thanks. And so what's going to happen there is it's going to move you on to the next screen. You're going to collect, you're going to confirm their address and things like that. You're going to collect payment information, look at the shipping information, shipping address, and things like that. And then you'll be able to check out from there.
Well, there's a point in the middle right there that you are able to add product.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't
right.
realize that at first. I thought
true.
all you could buy the first time you ordered was your premium starter kit.
Mhm.
But it brings you to a shopping cart and it will say add product.
Or
And
continue
then
shopping.
you can add, or continue shopping, and then you can add product to that. So just keep that in mind. They can buy more things. And so
Right.
I always like, in a class, I like to say, if you are considering adding something onto your order, this would be a great product to do that. So keep that in mind.
Right. And as a side note, if you purchase a premium starter kit, it's $150. It's 100 PV. So they are eligible to get that monthly promotion at the 190, 250, and 300 mark, but just their kit is only 100 PV. So if they add on other products, people will be eligible to earn free products just right off the bat. Okay, so you get people who call you on the phone, and you do that for them.
Right.
They can choose to do it themselves. Sometimes people are tech savvy and they want to do it themselves. So all they need is your number
Right.
to enter in the enroller
Right.
and sponsor, and you can send them a link to helpful step-by-step instructions of how to sign up that we're going to have available for you, and you can share that with them and share your number. And so if you have someone at a class, though, let's say you host a class, and you have everybody sitting there, and let's say you have 25 people at the class, and you have your one laptop.
Right.
What is another option for you?
Okay. You can have them fill out a piece of paper, a paper enrollment form.
Distributor agreement form is what
Yes.
Young Living calls
Okay.
it.
Yes. And so just have them fill that out. If someone's in a hurry and they don't have time to wait in line to sign up with you personally, then I just have them fill that form out, and I enter them in when I get home. And I always reassure them that I do own a shredder, and I do shred it because it does have a lot of their personal information on that sheet.
Okay. So, and you can also, let's say you have a class and there's 4 people and you have your laptop. What do you do then?
Okay, then I just sign them up as if I were, like I was saying, I do over the phone. I just stand at the person's kitchen table and I just ask them all the questions. I always let them look at the user agreement and have them make sure that they agree with the user agreement, and just go from there. I will say, just for Business Builder's sake, you do need internet. So make sure that person that is hosting the class has wireless internet of some sort. You may want to ask them that before you get to their house, or most of the time you can use your phone as a hotspot too. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Okay, so enroller sponsor. We're going to get into details in the next video about the percentages that those people make and why you want to keep that the same and why sometimes it's different. Okay, so stay tuned.